Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Cologne podcast. My name is Mike.
And my name is Ryan. And we're just two best friends going on this fragrance journey together and giving our uneducated opinion on it.
That's right. Today, we're taking a look at an oldie but a goldie.
Spicebomb Extreme. And we're doing this all because of Matt. Thanks, Matt.
That's right. Our friend of the podcast, Matt, went to buymeacoffee.com/Cologne podcast and requested Spicebomb Extreme. He knew that last year around Christmas time, we tried out that delicious Spicebomb original.
I think we both said bye.
Yeah,
we had
great. We used to wear it all the time.
Love the smell.
That was number 2 for me. It was Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme.
Yeah.
And then you introduced me to Spicebomb.
And I don't think I've actually ever smelled Spicebomb Extreme, personally. I don't think I have.
Get ready, baby.
Okay.
Because we're going to jump into it. Let me tell you what our friend A. Bandini says on Fragrantica.
All right.
Overly sweet and cloying elixir, a mishmash of nondescript spices, overwhelming and excessive use of vanilla and amber, absolutely unwearable for me.
It's complete dog shit.
That's why they call it the goat. It's the goat. All right, so we're going to check out this mishmash of spices and ambers and vanilla. But first, we got to go back in time to our one-night stand review of the Andy Tower fragrance,
A Coeur de Desert.
That's right. Hit the music, Todd.
Yeah. One night stand review.
Well, Mike, after napping in the sands of the Sahara, what do you think about Andy Towers'
A Coeur du Desert?
Yes.
I remember on the skin thinking, wow, this just smelled super clean because it reminded me of old school soap.
Yeah.
But as it dried down, it definitely did get a little spicier.
It was a little bit opposite for me. It got a little bit syrupy to me.
Scissor.
Yeah, some scissorup.
Oh, so our boy Sebastian was leaning into some perfume guys saying, it gets a little scissor-uppy.
Yeah, and I wasn't sipping on it. You know what I mean?
I think I do.
It definitely got to this weird gourmand type of area that I did not like. However, after that passed, I really did get to it. It was still pleasant again. The opening of that thing is badass, though, for sure.
For sure. It does change a lot. And again, a reason why we do these one-night stand reviews, because a fragrance, especially a niche fragrance like that, does go on quite a journey and requires a couple of uneducated opinions.
You know, it's kind of funny when I think about all the other designer type stuff we usually wear or have worn in the past. They really are kind of like, oh, that's the smell. It smells good.
Right.
A lot of interesting niche things really do take journeys, and it's kind of fun, good or bad, when like the real stuff is revealed, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
It's kind of like a good movie.
Yeah.
There's some highs and lows, and I think that's what kind of happened with this fragrance.
Did I say buy or sample, hard sample?
I think you said buy leaning towards a hard sample. Like you were like, if it wasn't a buy for you, it was definitely a hard sample.
I definitely will change it to a sample first, because you may or may not be able to handle part of the dry down. Me, there's parts of it I couldn't handle the dry down, because when it gets too gourmandish, if you will, like this got a little too syrupy for me, it really did. It kind of makes me nauseous.
But not sweet, though. It wasn't super sweet, or was it sweet to you?
It was. To me, it was
really?
sweet. Yes.
Oh,
so
okay.
It kind of made me nauseous.
To me, it was old school soap that dried down into masculine spicy.
Oh, I wish that happened to me. It didn't.
Okay. There you go. For me, I believe I said sample on the episode. I'm going to stick with that. I think this is a sample for you. If you're 40s and up, at least, it's something to check out. It's definitely more on the mature side. I'm not saying you guys that are in your 20s can't pull it off, but you better have a big set of meaty clackers if you're going to wear something like that, for sure.
Yeah, so there you go.
All right, let's get into our scent of the day for Matt, Spicebomb Extreme by Viktor Rolf.
Let's do it. Again, thank you again, Matt, for going to buymeacoffee.com and hitting us up. Admittedly, like we said earlier, we are big Spicebomb fans, but I've never smelled Extreme, so I'm excited for this. Ooh, man, god damn.
So this, from my understanding, is the EDP version of Spicebomb.
It is actual Eau de Parfum, or
I'm pretty damn sure.
let's see.
But let's check.
Yeah. Wow. Definitely reminds me quite a lot like Spicebomb. Most times when we've ever smelled a flanker, and really one of the biggest offenders, we haven't done episodes on all of them, but YSL's Le Nuit de l'Homme, the flankers of that one are fucking all over the place. One smells like fucking bathroom toothpaste, and something smells like whatever else.
Right.
But this smells really close to Spicebomb, and so much so that I'm trying to figure out the subtle difference.
Yeah.
But it's fucking loud as fuck, and it's masculine. Of course, I fucking love that.
Yeah, to me, it still has that soda vibe, like root beer type smell, vanilla Coke.
Whoa. I'm not okay. I agree with the opening on that, but already on the skin, definitely leaning a little masculine over here.
Yeah, it's super spicy. It makes sense to be a spice bomb. I mean, like with this, I've worn this before. And back in the day, whenever I got it, it was so strong at first because I had like only really had Spice Bomb, and then I got this, and this had more of that like stinging top note to it that I used to have an empty 10 mil travel atomizer, and I'd fill it halfway up with Spice Bomb, then halfway up with Spice Bomb Extreme.
Yeah.
And it would get like the best of both worlds, you know, Miley Cyrus type, Hannah Montana.
How did it work out for you mixing them together?
I liked it.
Yeah.
But I think it was really just like almost more intense Spice Bomb. And I think this is kind of what's going. It's got a little sting on it, but it's still very Spice Bomb.
I'm making faces over here. It's got a little bit of, you know what's kind of funny? Hope I don't make you angry here, Matt, and Mike across from me, because apparently he has loved this in the past. You remember when people were complaining about Burlington 1819 having that BO kind of vibe?
Yeah.
Really getting that vibe with this.
What?
Yeah.
What? God, if my BO smelled like this?
Smell. Do you get that vibe?
No, not at all. If my BO smelled like this, dude, I'd never wear deodorant.
I don't know. It's a little BO-y to me for some reason. I mean, I smell the Spice Bomb, but it does technically feel a little darker now. Kind of vibe. That's the kind of vibe. I'm just trying to speak what I'm feeling right now.
Get out.
I'm not trying to offend nobody, I promise. I'm a big fan of Spice Bomb, so I'm trying to make this work.
Listen, I don't get anything of that. I have no idea what you're talking about with that.
Weird. I don't know, man. I'm not hating it yet. I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay, guys?
Okay.
So everybody back off me, okay?
Well, while you're figuring it out, why don't you give us a price and trend on it?
Well, price on this bad boy is $125 for a
retail bottle.
Yeah, 90 mil. We have seen it where if it is available, it's like $89-$90. I feel like that's pretty fair. And trending is kind of interesting, and it's kind of making sense to me now that I'm smelling it. But it never like, you know how some fragrances come out and they're like, pew, fucking skyrocketing on the chart. Then they kind of crash down.
Yeah.
This one came out to a really quiet applause.
A slow simmer, huh?
Yeah. And it's just been slowly building since 2015 when it came out.
Yeah.
And now, just now, it's starting to peak. So I'm wondering why. What was the hang up for so many years, and what's making it trend hard right now? I don't know. I do feel like there's a little bit of unpleasantness to this. And that might have been why.
Huh.
Maybe people weren't trained enough to understand this when it came out.
Oh my God. I don't know what your deal is, but it's not BO smelling.
That part's starting to fade away now, but it was getting a little BO to me.
Maybe you should have washed your fucking hands before we did this.
Yeah, dude. I took a shower and everything this morning. I mean, I'm clean as hell, but it's definitely a dark Spice Bomb. For sure. I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying.
Look, I don't care what you feel about it.
I'm just saying it's a little tough. Like you're definitely going to have the boys out on display when you're walking around with this out.
Hey, don't put your boys on display. Actually, this is a lot calmer than I remember it being.
I can agree with it being calm too. Do you feel like it's definitely not as bright and punchy as the original Spice Bomb to me? It's loud, but it's not like, Spice Bomb is like really loud and peppery and airy.
But that might be too because it's an EDT. And those EDTs kind of pop for a second.
Mm-hmm.
They don't last as long, but when they first pop out, they be popping.
Sometimes you just need to pop out.
Hey, sometimes you just show them your pop.
Oh, my God. Okay. Who's wearing this, Mike?
I'm going to say this is not quite an immature fragrance. I think this is in between high school and 35.
I can get behind that.
Let's say 15 to 35.
Yeah.
Good couple of decades in there you could wear this.
Yeah.
I still got one more year left.
You know, on the card, it's pretty sweet, and I really like it.
You know what it smells like on the card to me?
What?
Kind of pencil shavings.
You're going to think I'm crazy, but that's what it's getting down to in my hand. That's why I was like, the BO part's kind of leaving, and it feels like that on my hand.
We've done that sometimes. Sometimes your skin, because it's so dry like a piece of paper.
Yeah.
My hands have been moisturized quite a bit.
Yeah, why don't you talk about your regimen here?
Yes, a lot of Lubriderm.
I'm loving the card. The card's incredible. Like, if this is on my clothes, I pick my clothes up, I'd be like, fuck yeah, people are about to get a whiff of this.
On my hand, on the skin, it is sweeter by far than it is on the card for me.
Man.
And louder on my skin as well, which is not always the case. Who do you think's wearing it?
I think your demographic is right.
Okay.
I guess who would it really shine on, though? That's the real question. I feel like just like the original Spicebomb, I think a burly person wears this kind of shit, and it just smells amazing on them.
I think it's mid to late 20s, early 30s. You're going out on a date.
Yeah.
I think this is really nice. Cooler weather.
Absolutely. I'm serious. I think the gentlemen out there that are 6 feet and above, sorry, all you shorties, but anybody 6 feet and above, you've got your fucking lumberjack beard. Maybe you're wearing a badass flannel, but you're dressed nice. Man, your fucking beard game's on point. You done put some fucking oils in there. You fucking combed it down, got it all fucking straight, looking like Zeus walking the street, smelling like this. You smell fucking amazing.
You don't need all that facial hair.
I mean, you don't need all of it, but some facial hair go good with this.
I'm not saying it's super young, but it's got more of a youthful vibe to it for sure.
I agree.
You got to have, I would say, more of a playful spirit.
No.
Playful sort of attitude to really kind
A
of.
little flirty.
Yeah. Maybe you're flirty. Maybe you're buying me and Ryan some drinks at the bar. And you're wearing Spicebomb Extreme by Viktor and Rolf.
Yeah. I'd be like, motherfucker smells good.
Thanks for our apple brandies.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
All right, Ryan. You going to skip it?
Sample it?
Or buy it?
What are you going to do, Mike?
Well, I have bought probably 3 bottles of this in the past. So I'm going to say for me, actually now I probably wouldn't buy it.
You wouldn't? Why is that?
Because of my
palate is mature.
Yes, I would say something like that. Now that I've been introduced to more fragrances, I lean further away from the sweet and spicy. So if you go back and you listen to the earlier episodes of the podcast, that was my direction of a fragrance typically. I'd always say like, oh, Ryan likes the more manly stuff. I like the sweeter stuff. And I feel like the more fragrances we've gone through, I've leaned further away from sweet here lately. And I do a little bit drier. I do a little bit cleaner smelling.
Okay.
I like stuff that's a little bit woodsier and drier.
Okay. So this is a skip.
Now for me, I would not buy it.
Okay. It's hard for me to say buy just because if I was going to buy one, I can't afford to buy everything. I know all you people out there in Fancyland got fucking hundreds of bottles just sitting on the top of your toilet tank. But I've only got room for 1 or 2, but I would have to diversify my collection some. So I would have to have something different.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to back-to-back this with the original Spicebomb to see which one I would prefer more. But I would still...
Maybe we'll do a YouTube episode on that.
Yeah, we should, because I would definitely, if I could, I'd buy both of them, I think, because I really do kind of like I know what I was describing earlier seems like negative. It's not. It's just very, man, I'm kind of taken back by how kind of masculine this was, but I fucking love it. So I would say I'm hesitant to say, but slightly a buy, definitely a sample because it's unique.
Yeah, you can go to any department store and sample these. It's so popular, they're bound to have it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's a skip for you guys because I think it's a good fragrance. I think it will be highly complimented fragrance if you work at like a typical 9-to-5 job where you're around lots of people, especially in the cold weather, I bet you're going to get compliments wearing something like this. I know I did. And it's very similar to the original Spicebomb in the profile. And I know just from both of us wearing that people loved when we wore Spicebomb.
All the time.
So I'm saying for me, it's not a buy because I already have a few great fragrances. And whenever I say buy now, it's like I would seriously consider buying it. And right now I wouldn't, just because I have like 10 really great fragrances that I cycle in between. And I wouldn't buy a bottle of this.
Yeah.
But it's not a bad fragrance. I think you go sample it and see. And if you like it, don't pay retail.
Yeah.
Try to find it somewhere where it's $80 or under for 100 mil or 90 mil, whatever these bottles are. But I think it is a good fragrance. It's just not a strong buy.
Only thing I want to touch real quick, though, a little bit of a warning to anybody out there. Me and Mike stopped by and saw our good buddy Forbes the other day.
That's right.
And we were bringing up this fragrance. And I'll let Mike kind of tell the rest of the story, but to kind of get along here.
Yeah, so Forbes likes to spritz his men down after he gives them a haircut with, few different collections of fragrances. And we've kind of chipped into some of those bottles. So he works in a salon. He has his own private room, but he works in a salon where there are women there. And he said that out of the fragrances, this is one of the least liked by all the ladies that work around him, which is a surprising thing to me.
Same here, because we always got compliments. Well, at least on the other one, I got compliments on Spicebomb, and I know you wore this and got compliments.
Yeah.
It is kind of surprising. And just to kind of give you an idea of what other fragrances he has, he has stuff like Chanel, Bleu de Parfum, whatever it's fucking called. Bleu de Chanel, Parfum, Explorer, Cedric Boise, and what's another random one?
He's got my XX up there.
John Vervaos XX. And this is the least liked one. Kind of shocking.
I was surprised when he said that.
Same. Totally taken back because I've had such good luck with the other Spicebomb.
Yeah, that might just be an interesting mix of ladies up there because I think we both know just from wearing it, we always got compliments. So that's one thing. If you're early on in your collection or new to fragrances, it's a safe bet. I know it shows up in everybody's top 10s out there. I know Michela's put it on at least 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Talking about spraying your balls with it and getting laid and stuff like that. So it's just right now, for me, if I'm looking to buy something, it's got to be pretty baller.
I agree. Okay, so it's technically, did you say sample or skip?
For me, it's a skip right now. Okay. But for the listeners, I'd say just go to a department store and sample it.
Okay, well, I'm also kind of giving a beating around the bush here. Definitely sample it. For me, though, I need to back this next to original Spicebomb and see which one I really want more, because I do want one of them. And I know I said I was going to buy last Christmas when we killed off Santa, that I wanted to buy Spicebomb, but I never really got around to doing it. But now
it is a good time to do it, because a lot of times they'll do these little collection sets. And even if you buy on discounter, sometimes these collection sets are pretty nice because you end up getting an extra like 30 mil with it, depending on the thing. We bought La Nuit de l'Homme that way. Yeah. We got a good deal on that. So, just keep an eye out. But who knows, Ryan? Now may be the time to buy that Spicebomb of your dreams.
Okay, well, that's today's episode. And if you enjoyed it, let us know. Go to thecolognepodcast.com. All of our links are there. You can contact us, or go to buymeacoffee.com/colognepodcast. Hit us up. Do like Matt did, and we get an episode out pronto, ASAP.
Yeah. You want to hear us do a specific fragrance, buymeacoffee.com/colognepodcast. Let us know what you want. We're going to take care of it for you.
And until next time,
spray it up, y'all.